Alright, welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, as you know, I have a YouTube channel that's primarily targeting Greek university students, and I offer study advice, Anki, study techniques and things like this. But today's video is on customizing your MacBook, and I know that most UB medical students and university students in the UK in general use MacBooks. So I thought to make this video in English for you guys, for my friends at the university, and this video, because it's applicable, I thought to make this. Now I thought of making a YouTube channel only speaking in English alongside my Greek channel, but yeah, we'll see. But so for the first video, I'm just going to post this alongside my Greek version. So yeah, hopefully this is going to be useful to you guys, and yeah, so let's get started. Now, already you can see on my screen here various different modifications that we have and customization options. So let's get started. Now, first of all, you probably know this already, but just to make sure that everybody is up to speed here, you can click Command and Space and bring up Spotlight Search. Now, Spotlight Search allows you to have a look and find documents, settings, files, everything inside the computer, inside your the memory of your computer. So you can even find directly settings and the options that you're looking for. So here, let's start with looking at the dock. Now the dock is this thing over here on the side. Now, most computers have it at the bottom and it's overcrowded with so many apps. Now, I personally try to keep it as neat as possible, and hence why I only have two apps basically and Finder. Unfortunately, I was hoping to completely delete dock, but you can only do that through the command line, and it's a bit difficult and risky, so I couldn't do that. So that's why I have these two apps here. Now, Brave is my primary browser. It's substituting Safari. As you know, Safari is the primary search engine, but I think this is much better than Safari. I'll make a different video covering that in the future. And this is Notion calendar as well. You can see here my calendar, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's an amazing calendar. It uses Google Calendar and as its native data structure. And the nice thing about it is that you have it here in the menu bar. Now, we'll cover this. These are super cool. We'll cover this in a bit, but let's get started now with the dock settings. Now, if you go to the dock settings here, you can change things around. So you can change the size of the squares here. You can also do it from here. You can drag this. You can choose the magnification effect. You can choose the position. So instead of having it at the bottom where you sacrifice your screen real estate. So for example, here I can click this, but if I had my dock at the bottom, I wouldn't have been able to have my cursor here because the dock would have popped out. So I hope you see what I mean. Yeah. So here I maximize my screen real estate. If you're even more extreme, you can even hide away the menu bar up here. You can get rid of this thing. But I think it's looking really nicely as it is. And when you maximize your window, not on this, but on other apps, usually this goes away. Excellent. Now, let's have a look now. There are various settings. You can manage your desktop as well. You can hide these apps. You can make them appear again, depending on, if you're giving a presentation and so on. I like to have this easily accessible. You have your widgets. You can play around with Windows, mission control. Mission control is this thing. You can play around with that. Now, let's go to the control setting in particular. Here in the control setting, you can see everything that's up here. So for example, natively, when you get your app, it will probably show you this thing. This is Time Machine. This is for backup, physical backups of your computer. Now, this, I don't like to see this. I only use this when I physically back up my computer, which is every few months or so. So there is no point really in seeing this every day and taking up my real estate here. So you just hide it away. Also, Spotlight Search is up there. Again, I don't like the symbol, the little thing there, so I just hide it away. It doesn't make a difference for me. Now you can, when it comes to battery, you can show the percentage. I prefer it this way. You just click it and it says what's going on, and you can move around everything, as we'll see here in a bit, with a hidden bar app, which is super cool. But we'll cover this in a bit. Now, let's talk about hot corners. If we go back here very quickly to mention hot corners, if you go to desktop and menu, you go back to the hot corners, you see them here. Now the four corners of your computer, and this one, the four of them, you can add an action to it. So for me, for example, I have the command option and control keys. If I press them and I put my cursor on the top left, the computer is locked. Okay, so when I'm in the library at the hospital, I can do this quickly and log out without having to either go through here and click sleep or shut down, or click my Touch ID button, which is on the top right of your keyboard. Now, I don't want to wear out the button, and it's not intended to be pressed again and again like the other buttons. That's why I have this keyboard shortcut with hotkeys to very easily allow me to lock the computer when I'm in the library and I have to go somewhere else. Now, let's go to the appearance section. Now, the appearance, again, you can see the colors. You probably did this already, but it's good to make sure everyone is up to speed. Now, you can say it's, for example, red, pink. I prefer the orange. The orange hues, and I like also the highlight color being orange. So when you highlight text, it's orange. Excellent. Now, let's cover privacy and security, which is super important. Now, especially on your phone, here you'll see a lot of junk. What I mean by junk is that you'll see a lot of things that actually are tracking your data and selling your data and without you giving permission. So for example, there might be a fitness app that collects your motion fitness data without you remembering, or an app, especially on your phone, an app that you downloaded like a few years ago and haven't deleted it since, and it actually keeps tracking your motion fitness data. Or your microphone. Microphone is a bit more protected than other options, and cameras as well, but things like motion fitness can be taken advantage of. Your location settings can be taken advantage of. So make sure you go through this and scan and see what's actually going on with your computer. Now, let's talk about file vault. File vault is super important because it's off by default. So it's off by default. Now, when you buy an iMac or a MacBook and something happens, Apple wants to be able to go in, retrieve your hard drive, and be able to access the files inside it. But now, think that your device is stolen and someone intentionally targeted your computer because they know that you have your financial documents on here or some other sort of document that's of value. Now, they steal this, they take out your hard drive, and with a bit of hacker magic, they are able to detect and collect all of your documents. So that's a big, like massive risk. So I would highly recommend you activate File Vault, which basically adds a AES-256 encryption, which is the strongest encryption out there. And you can add this, it's natively within the macOS settings. You can add this encryption onto your hard drive so you don't risk having your device lost or stolen and your data being and documents being taken. For example, if you're a doctor, if you're a medical student, and you have certain documents that need to be secured, you can have this and protect yourself legally and increase your privacy settings. And you can always, if for example the computer breaks down, you can take this out, inside your computer password, and the thing opens up. So that's that. Now, Touch ID, again, you can have, if your computer supports Touch ID, you can have both the finger of the right hand and the left hand as a redundancy. I guess, but it's mostly useful if you like at the hospital and you're eating and one of your hands is dirty, you can use the other one to unlock your computer. Now, this is important as well. Make sure you have this on so nobody can get access to this without your actual fingerprint. Users, if you only use your MacBook yourself, you shouldn't actually activate guest logins or add other users, because that's increasing the cybersecurity risk of your device. And someone can really damage to you if they can access a guest account, plug in something and mess up your hard drive and bring up some software that shouldn't be on your device. Excellent. Now I'll have here on the screen a screenshots of a few more settings here in the settings app that are very important. Now note the advanced data protection setting is very intense. It's a big, massive improvement, but it comes at a risk. If you don't know what you're doing, you might risk losing your account. So make sure you know what it is exactly. Make sure you read the fine print. It's not that much, but make sure you know what it is and make the decisions yourself. Okay. because it could risk losing your account. You could risk, but then again, you increase your security significantly by doing that. Excellent. Now let me show you the menu bar. Here, probably you've noticed all throughout this video, these various icons here, okay? Now, let's start from right and go left. So this is the time. You can change this in the settings to say, for example, Sunday, today is a Sunday. You can change this control menu, your Wi-Fi, of course, and we talked about having the percentage shown. Now, what is this? This is an app. I think it's called 1 second or something. I'll show you in a bit. Basically, this app allows you to write anything you want up here. So you can see here. It's super easy. It's a free app you can download, and you can just have little messages here, like things that you need to do, things you're doing currently, whatever it is, you can insert it up here. This is the calendar. You can see a photo of the calendar here. Excellent. This here is the passwords. This is from the native passwords app in the Mac OS system and iPadOS, iOS, and basically the whole Apple ecosystem uses from iOS 18 and onwards, uses this update. This is NordVPN. Now this is a VPN, you don't have to use it, it's only for special intents and purposes, but it's not free option, it's you have to pay for this, but all the rest are free. Now, ChatGPT is very useful. You can ask questions to ChatGPT, you can make it perform tasks for you, write up emails, whatever it is you need to do. Super quick, and the reason I like it here is because you can access it super quickly by your keyboard. So basically how you make it appear and disappear is you click the option and spacebar, and here you can type and it's super cool, a super cool app, and it's super quick and allows you to do a lot of things just from here. And when you type, it's just a pop-up, it's not a real app, the app doesn't open, the app saves your input here, but it's just a pop-up, so you can just very easily close it, and that's that. And when you open it again, it keeps memory of your conversation. Excellent. Now, Sotter is, as you saw previously, the images, some of the images are used, we use Sotter. Sotter is basically like screenshot. So for screenshot, you click Command Shift and 4, but for Sotter, you click Command Shift and 2. And here, basically, what this allows you is to customize your screenshot. So you can add arrows, you can add squares, you can even redact text, like I did previously for reasons of safety. You can do this, you can blur, you can even remove, click erase. This whole section is erased. Super useful, super easy to use. It's free, which is the best thing, and basically you can use for screenshots and screen recordings. Excellent. And this here is the mirror app that you saw me using at the beginning. And yeah, it's just basically before you have a Zoom meeting, you can click this thing. It's more of a gimmick, but it works fine. It's free, and it's a very small app that doesn't take any resource from your device. And yeah, basically it allows you to have your MacBook camera, internal camera, and just to see yourself before you join a Zoom meeting. Excellent. Now let's go to some of the other apps that I have here that are not in the menu bar but are equally important. Now, Encrypto allows you to encrypt your device, your files before you send them to somebody. Hand Mirror, it's super important, excellent, very easy to use, and it's free. Hand Mirror is the thing I showed you. One thing is the little thing with the text up there. Hidden Bar allows you to do this. Hidden Bar allows you to hide everything. So if you want to hide everything except for these two, you can, behind the hidden bar. So you can put everything you want in here. Like I could even move this, I could even move this, I could even move the Wi-Fi and the battery signs up there, and you can just very easily choose to hide it. I personally prefer to have it open, I don't mind, but sometimes when I have an app that uses a lot of real estate up here, I can minimize this and use this extra space here. So it's very useful and it's free. So if you are going to open menu bar items, I highly recommend you get this because you will run out of real estate here. Excellent. Now let's talk about some of the other apps. We have here Blip. Blip is like AirDrop but over long distances, over Wi-Fi. It's super useful, but I would recommend you encrypt your documents before sending them because the servers they use are not encrypted themselves. So I would highly recommend you use encrypted before you send any documents there. Now, Image Optimizer is awesome when you take a screenshot, especially if you're a medical student and you take a screenshot from Grey's Anatomy or whatever for your study later on. You can put it in Image Optimizer and it removes about half the size of the file. So if you take a file that's 4 megabytes, you can shrink this down to 2 megabytes, even 1 megabyte sometimes, because it removes all the unnecessary data like location, time settings, various image settings and stuff. But this takes it out without sacrificing image quality at all. Now, Sotter is the screenshot tool we used. Has is, if you're using Safari, it's an excellent tool for hiding annoying ads and trackers and stuff like that. It's free, and it's basically you insert this into your Safari app. Tembox is amazing. I highly recommend it. It's for it's like iCloud Hide My Email, but much better. It's much quicker. Let me show you. You can basically create and delete email addresses instantly without having to wait. It's not a slow process like iCloud. iCloud is super slow, the Hide My Mail function, and you never delete an iCloud Hide My Mail. You just deactivate it. But this one, you can create and delete it no problem in seconds. It's amazing. I highly recommend it, and it's free. Onyx is the best app and the only app that's really capable of cleaning your device properly, like junk and junk files and stuff like that, or broken file systems and stuff. So, for example, if you have an app that's dysfunctional, you can put it into Onyx, and Onyx usually fixes the app. It's amazing. It's free, and it's the only one, because to properly clean a computer, you need to get access to the hard drive. Like you need to get full domain access, and this is the only thing that does that. Now, self-control is a really interesting choice of an app. You should only use this if you spend time on things like YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. I rarely use it. I mainly use this before an exam, or if I'm stressed, particularly stressed, I know that I might procrastinate on YouTube or something like this. I can use this app to prevent me from watching YouTube or whatever. And this basically how it works is you set your timer here from 1 day maximum to 1 minute minimum. You start the block by inserting your password, your device password, and this thing prevents you from accessing YouTube or any of the other services. No matter what you do, no matter what, you will never be able to access it. Even if you delete the app, until the timer runs out, you will not be able to access the web services. Now, and that's why you need to be very cautious. So you shouldn't block things like your email or your Gmail, because you might need this. But yeah, it's just a useful app, and if you find yourself procrastinating on things like Facebook or YouTube. And this concludes the apps and little gadgets I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed your video so far. One last thing is I can show you how to customize your Finder app. So here, for example, you can see I have this very nice background here. You can do this by clicking Show View Options, and you can customize that. You can customize what you see here by clicking Command and comma to find the options, and here you can have more settings or less settings. So when you get your computer, your MacBook, it's gonna be full of stuff here, but I like it neat, so I just hide this, as many of this as I can. Now up here, you can have your most commonly used folder up here. And basically how you do it is you drag it and put it up there. And here you can also customize. If you double click and choose Customize Toolbar, you can change these things here as well, which is super useful. Now, how do I do this? How do I make sure that my folders are, each of them is distinct versus this one? This is the generic MacBook folder, but look at this. These are all customized. Here, look, every year has its own color. It's very aesthetically pleasing, and it allows you very quick access instead of having to, like for example here, instead of having to read the real text underneath its box, you can just very quickly have a look at the boxes, at the colors, and very quickly navigate your computer. Now, how do you do this? So let's try here. Let me open the folder where I hold all the photos. Now you can do this with you can find all of these were downloaded for free from a website called macOS, macOS icons, I think. Yeah, so if you click macOS icons, if you look it up, it's going to be a massive library of thousands and thousands of folder and app icons. Super useful. Now, for example, you can change your Outlook to this, for example, or you can change your PowerPoint folders or your other apps into whatever it is you want. It's super useful. Now let's start here. So let's say we want to change the Inti folder into something else. Let's say we want to add this background here, say this like DNA folder here. Now how do we do this? So this is customizable here, this little box. The name of course is customizable, and also this little box. So you go up here and you drag the ICNS file. You drag this, insert it into here, and look, it's ready. It's brand new. Now you can reverse this, of course, by going up here, clicking this and clicking backspace. And now it's deleted. And you can change it. You can do whatever. You can put different one, different icon. Look how nice this is, yeah? Compared to the native one. And you can customize this as long as you want. You can spend days on the macOS icons website finding different things, different settings. And you can even make your own if you're very interested in doing that. It's very easy. You can even have ChatGPT here. You can insert a photo in ChatGPT and tell it to make it into an a ICNS file. Super useful. Well, I hope you liked the video. If you did, click like and share it with anybody who has a macOS device that you think would benefit from watching this video. Thank you for watching again, and in the next video, I will have an English version where we talk about cybersecurity and what you can do to protect your accounts, protect your Instagram, your Facebook, so that you're not targeted by a hack or identity theft attack. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.